I'm Maggie Nito, and I'm here with the Comic Book Syndicate to review G.I. Joe, Retaliation. Frank, what was your favorite part of the movie?
Well, Maggie, when Channing Tatum died, I was thanking God I didn't have to watch this guy act through the whole movie because he's horrible.
Michael, how did the first movie and the second movie compare?
This one was a little better, but not as better as I wanted it to be.
GIJOE, how did the first movie and the second movie compare?
The first movie was an absolute pile of dog poo. The second movie, though, it's almost as though somebody watched G.I. Joe as a child and decided, hey, let's make a movie out of these awesome toys, comics, and cartoons. And that's exactly what this movie was. It was amazing.
90% of the characters in the first one weren't in this movie, and it was great because they chose the wrong cast altogether. There was lots of action. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, was in it.
The best scene in the trailer, which was them fighting on the mountain, was maybe the most disappointing scene in the movie, I thought.
What made it disappointing?
The action was a little confusing and a little outlandish, I think. And Storm Shadow, who was actually the best character in the first movie, in this movie was kind of doing a lot of dumb things. Like when he puts his mask on, he hears the motion outside, and he sticks his head out.
What does he do?
He sticks his head out.
He sticks his head out?
Yeah, he does something a ninja would never do. Not that I know much about ninjas, but I don't think a ninja would do that.
I don't think I'd do that if I was a ninja.
No, I wouldn't either.
That's a really good way to get your head chopped off.
It is, you're right.
And he's supposed to be a really good ninja.
He's supposed to be a good ninja, yeah. Well, a bad ninja, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh, I thought he was pretty good.
All of that fighting on the mountains, that was completely cheesy to me. Half of it was CG, and we watched it in 3D, so I feel like you can see the flaws in CG way more when you're watching it in 3D.
Definitely agree.
All I could see.
Actually, my favorite part of this movie was the previews.
The previews were really good. How did it compare to the comic book?
I was very happy that they brought in the whole story of the Hard Master. They actually had the Blind Master. But I don't know what the heck accent that was, but he doesn't sound like someone who's in an ancient ninja clan, but that's fine.
So they were trying.
They were trying, but they failed.
When Channing Tatum died, I'm sorry, you were perfection in Magic Mike, but I don't know if, that pretty face is cut out for the military.
I was wondering that myself, but they did give him a really cool scar to make him look more badass.
You know what? What really killed it for me was when Cobra Commander came on.
Why did it drop off when Cobra Commander came in?
The movie wasn't too cheesy before that, but as soon as Cobra Commander came, it just became super cheesy, and I didn't appreciate the cheesiness.
I'm actually glad that Channing Tatum had almost no screen time, although they had some funny bits at the beginning with him, but I'm glad they got rid of him because he's not a good Duke.
Well, it completely threw me off because I thought that he was one of the guys that survived. And I'm watching this other actor, and I thought he was just a stunt double who was a really bad matchup. And then, about 10 minutes later, I realized, oh, his character died. Some of the gunfight scenes were cool, though, because, like they had the very and they're knocking it out of their hands.
The actions. I'm not doing the actions.
Do the actions with me.
It's the...
Okay, pretend I'm shooting at you.
That's the robot. Sorry.
They didn't use any of Roadblock's rhymes. I don't know if he's famous for doing the little rhymes. So when people would talk to him, he'd say, like when Cobra Commander was talking to him once, he said, "What's your fee? Snakes don't give for free," right?
He did quote Jay-Z, though.
He did quote Jay-Z, but I don't really know who Jay-Z is, to be honest.
He's a rapper.
Okay, well, that doesn't really help.
So it didn't touch you in here?
It didn't touch me down there either, no.
Up here. Up here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not down there.
Sorry.
Since you read Snake Eyes, The Origin, how did the movie compare to it?
It really didn't go really deep into the origin of Snake Eyes. They kind of summed it up quickly, the relationship between Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. And, I mean, in the first movie, they kind of showed you how they became them, but they didn't really... There was weirdness.
So as a comic book reader, you weren't really satisfied?
No, not with the... No, they didn't really translate it.
Cool guys don't look at explosions. Michael, there were a lot of explosions in that movies and gunfire and sword fights. Do you still have all your fingers? How many fingers would you rate it out of 10? If you can sum up the movie in 2 words, what would you say?
Mother...
That's why I'm interviewing you first.
Uh-huh.
So I'm being all considerate.
Thanks.
Kind of a big deal. I'm Maggie Nito, and we're here for the premiere of G.I. Joe, Retaliation.
Okay. Ready?
There's no more room between us.
If we get any closer, we're making a baby.
Okay. And
I'm Maggie Nito, and we're here for the premiere showing for G.I. Joe Retaliation. Do you want the,
No, it's okay. I'll just ask you as if like you were just asking me a question, and then.
So you're backseat driving?
No,
You don't have to tell me, but I know.
Okay.
You can tell me.
It's on my agenda.
You can keep telling me. I like it when people tell me.
Got some good qualities.
I'm Maggie Nito here with the Comic Book Syndicate, and we're here to review Comic Book Syndicate. Sorry. Retaliation. I got it. I swear I got it.